Trench. Mason Richardson, offensive line, legal corner. Bo Stevens, offensive line, Blue Springs, Missouri. Logan Jones, Council Bluffs, Iowa, offensive line. Connor Colby, offensive line, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Jennings Dunker, O-line, Lena, Illinois. Luke Lachey, tight end, Columbus, Ohio. Jacob Gill, wide receiver, Washington Kickoff. Caden Legion, wide receiver, Williamsburg, Iowa. Reese Vanderzee, wide receiver, Rock Rapids, Iowa. Cade McNamara, quarterback, Reno, Nevada. Scott Johnson, Cincinnati, Ohio, running back.
On the other side of the ball, here are the defense and special teams starters.
Deontay Gray, defensive line, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Wyatt Black, defensive line, Austin, Minnesota. Aaron Graves, defensive line, Dayton, Iowa. Ethan Herkett, defensive end, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Jay Higgins, linebacker, Indianapolis, Indiana. Nick Jackson, linebacker, Atlanta, Georgia. Sebastian Castro, DB, Oaklawn, Illinois. Jamar Harris, DB, Chicago, Illinois. Deshaun Lee, defensive back, Detroit, Michigan. Xavier Wampa, Des Moines, Iowa, safety. Quinn Schulte, defensive back, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Luke Elkin, long snapper, Reno, Wisconsin. Drew Stevens, kicker, North Augusta, South Carolina. Reese Dyken, punter, Melbourne, Australia.
I just picked up something from Mercedes. It's a one-on-one. Black is straight, the one that I want. Red inside at the time of the month. Blood money, that's how I got this. Blood money, that's how I got this. We can vacation wherever we want, cause I don't care what none of my options. I told the promoter tonight, put me across the section. We don't play patty cake, we just in the same, we don't be inspection. I can't sleep at night with dog and car, county corrections. I think he did enough reflecting. I think my brother learned his lesson. It's all just a part of the game. We all gotta roll with protection. And just like the judge, come out for objection. 143 Rolexes in my collection. I put the horns on the front of the back, you know this is gonna roll like a Texan. She said she love me, Mexicans with me, I'm out here making connections. And Junior boy rolling like Cinco de Mayo, he made her the fifth of possession. The way that I'm used to playing the politics, where I could win the election. Is overprotected, but I'm already over the next one. I'm at 48, we're tying the beat, and we drunk, it's not even a question. Trying to send a message, but lead it down a reception. I just picked up something from Mercedes, it's a one-on-one. Black exterior, the one that I want. Red inside at the time of the month. Money, that's how I got this. Blood money, that's how I got this. We can vacation wherever we want, cause I don't care what none of my hostage.
You hang around too many, you gotta be. If it's on site, and all that looking and looking. Yeah. All that working. Follow up on.
Watch the 100 feet, deep bone, deep rap. He a free throw, man down, tell a Everland, tell a free throw, nail it to the cross. He walk around like you know what's up with these jabronis. Trying to see Compton, the industry hating. For Marlon and Mama, how many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Watch the 100 feet, deep bone, deep rap. He a free throw, man down, tell a Everland, tell a free throw, nail it to the cross. He walk around like TV, but what's up with these jabronis? Trying to see Compton, the industry can hate me. For Marlon and Mama, how many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your out the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Tell us about working man, the one that helped us go with him. Walking down all the time, I know he got and then hold on him, next up, what he done showing him? Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block or run. To any that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. Come and I want the one that get your hand down and probably let the party playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case, why is he around? Certified memorable, that for mug, I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a, ain't you tired? I'ma strike a chord and it's probably a minor. They not like us, they not like us, they not like us. They not like us, they not like us, they not like us. You think the K gon' let you disrespect Pop? I think that Oakland show will be your left out. The cold cloud, I don't know why you still believe. What is the out? No. Now I can't snack down. Everyone can drink that natural. Rabbit hole is still about to go further, I promise. It's just a sweet breakfast. You better go look one and look out for you all on the street. It's 2009, I had to be jumping. You get away. You're from your body. We're home with your folk. That straight leg crush. Stuff things on the touch. My right wrist with a touch. Tell a puff up behind it. Protection, roll action, no handed, and I'm a hands on. Round get polished. No rain boy, piece of chill. That's the time. You get his face tight like a apologizer. I'm glad you rose came home, that didn't deserve to kneel. From a line of down for century, then now I'm also deal. The homeboy needs a subpoena. They're part of the moving flocks. That name gotta be registered. It takes the look to watch. I live for you. It's like another line of walk. Years all eyes on me, and I'ma send it up the block. Ay, put the road label on me, I'ma get them tried. Ay, sweet chin, and then I walk past the eyes. Ay, I don't mean stop, so I really have a stock. Ay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Ay, devil is a lie.
Hey there, Hawkeye fans. We're going to have some great weather for today. Clouds are going to be passing through at times. There may be sprinkler clouds come out of those clouds, but chips are very low. Wind will be light, but we have cooler air that's moving in. It's going to be feeling comfortable, much more like fall and football weather. Temperatures in the 70s. Afternoon, the folks and clouds around, and that nice fall weather continues not just for today, but through the weekend. Enjoy the game and go home.
Good morning and welcome to Kinnick Stadium, the home of New Slater Field, for today's Big Ten Conference opener. Today's matchup features the University of Washington Huskies and your University of Iowa Hawkeyes. This is the 7th meeting between the teams.
Shift our focus to this week's game. Washington was in the national championship game over the Big Ten months ago. Big challenge on our hands there. Good to be back in Kinnick, certainly.
Excited about going against Iowa. I don't know if our players understand how hard the stadium is to play.
You are looking live at Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City. 70,000 in attendance, a sellout.
Hey, Hawkeye fans, welcome back. Well, it has been weeks since we've been back in Kinnick Stadium. I tell you what, it feels so good to be home. And as you know, this is our A&F Black and Gold Sphere game, and we love to see the stadium stretch. It has been a fantastic job. Well done. I can tell already the stretch was great. This is our Big Ten home opener and our first conference game for Washington since welcoming them into the Big Ten Conference. It's going to be a good one today, and we've got a lot going on. We're going to introduce you to this year's A&F Wall of Honor member. We're also going to celebrate the women's wrestling program and welcome back an Olympic silver medalist and a whole lot more. But for right now, I need you to find your seats because it is just about time for the Storm. Your Hawkeyes are going to take Kinnick Stadium and Duke Slater Field here in just a second. But for right now, I'm going to hand it over to the Hawkeye Marching Band. Go Hawkeyes.
Good morning, football fans. Well, as we know, our Hawkeyes are about to battle the Huskies from Seattle, namely the University of Washington. The Iowa band and dance team have been hard at work on a secret agent's halftime show for today's halftime, which is all we can disclose right now. So, please look to Hawk Vision as the 144th edition of the Hawkeye Marching Band takes the field. It's time to get ready for the moon. The University of Iowa proudly presents one of the great university bands in America. And now please welcome three-time Miss Majorette of America, Grand National and World Champion, our Hawkeye Golden Girl, Ella McDaniel, your Major Brandon Alford, your line on section, and 285 Marching Hawkeyes. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the University of Iowa Hawkeye Marching Band. And now, here are greetings for the Huskies from the University of Washington. And now let's salute head coach Kirk Ferris and our Iowa Hawkeyes. applause.
To my friend, I'm back like I never left and back at it again. So fly in the sky, they just blowing the wind. You can tell how I dress that I'm in it to win. 3-4, bring it right to the door. And if you like what we giving, let me give you some more. Stay calm when I ring the alarm. The party going till dawn, so if you ready, come on. Good, how are you? At it again. Give me at it again.
Say it again. I'm done after the game.
Hershey is in the house.
Go Hawkeyes.
we invite you to remain standing for the presentation of our nation's colors by cadets from the University of Iowa Air Force, ROTC. And now, an excerpt from Niall King's 1939 Heisman Award acceptance speech.
I thank God I was born on the good end of the Midwest and not on the battlefield of Europe. I can speak confidently and positively that the players of this country would much rather struggle and fight to win the Heisman Award than fall out the gas. Thank you.
Conducted by Director Dance Dr. Huddle, our national anthem.
Business is our business. Sometimes in the new Big Ten, you feel like you're at a Rose Bowl. Washington and Iowa have done that a couple times. They meet today at Kinnick Stadium as Montlake meets the Midwest, and styles that are totally different in so many ways. Yeah. Jason Benetti, Brock Hewitt, Allison Williams in a moment. You know, it's not just like run versus pass. There's a lot of differentiation here.
Yeah, just about in every single way. And you know I love to say that to you. Styles make fights, right? The old boxing analogy. And that's true on the field today. There's no question about that, but it is. It's much bigger and grander than that. It's culturally. It's Jedd Fisch and just change. He's been on the job for 9 months, bringing an NFL DNA in every single way. How they practice, how they script, how they go about everything. And on the other side, well, let's see, we got Moving Monday, Tackle Tuesday, Whack 'em Wednesday.
For how long, by the way, have they done that?
26 years. Yeah, the guys that are here, the 20-year players that are celebrating that team, they could be out here and they could run these plays, especially defensively. So totally different styles that will collide on the field.
The one thing we do know where they are similar is in the backfield, wouldn't you say?
Oh, no question about it. And this is the year of the running back in college football. You know, a season ago, all those high-flying quarterbacks all got drafted, 6 of them in the first 12 picks. This is the year of the running back, and these two are absolute studs. Do it a little bit differently. I think Caleb is a little longer, a little more angular. You're going to see Jonah Coleman. I don't know how you tackle that human being at 5'8", 230 pounds. Not many have. You see the production for both, and they will be stars shining today.
One thing that's different about these two programs as well is the time zones they're in, and that actually may impact this season of the Big Ten, Allison Williams.
Yeah, JB, long road trips, early kicks, the new reality in this new Big Ten conference, and it hasn't all been smooth travels to start. Keep in mind, Big Ten teams traveling 2 or more time zones this year, just 1-8, and Washington has one of those losses, falling at Rutgers. So head coach Jedd Fisch has addressed this with his team, and he's tweaked the schedule where he could. Starting Thursday, they practiced at 9 a.m. in Seattle, then came to Iowa a day early. They did their walkthrough in the morning yesterday at 11 a.m., just trying to get these guys and their body clocks adjusted to morning football. So the coffee may still be brewing out in Seattle, but Fisch fully confident his guys are energized and ready to go.
You did it, Brock. It's all about acclimation, right?
What, the coffee? Yes.
You did that too.
Yes.
One of the great scenes in all of college football, Kinnick Stadium.
It is different, Jason, and you just got to get yourself wired to play. The good news, these 70,000 in black and gold, I think will help the purple and gold that travels.
Washington and Iowa together again on the football field. Caden Weegan on the return, and he shimmies to the outside. He'll get to the 32. He got hit a little bit late, and they want a marker. They're not going to get it, it looks like. Cade McNamara and the Iowa offense. The goal is to protect the football after a couple of turnovers last week. He is 20-6, though, as an FBS starter.
Yeah, in last week's first half, as good as he's played. I mean, the ball was out. There were third down conversions through the air. They don't hit the explosive plays much. They rely on that run game, and Cade knows you can't turn it over 3 times as he did in the second half against Ohio State.
He should have one weapon back. Seth Anderson likely to play at some point today, the wide receiver who made his Iowa debut last year. Caleb Johnson out of the backfield. He and Coleman both great at breaking tackles, but the centerpiece of this Iowa offense in large part is the offensive line.
Yeah, just a bunch of grown-ups there. A bunch of guys that have been 4-year starters, and they are just massive. They work together well. Logan is so powerful at center. And then in the skill positions, it is a bit of a working process. When Luke Lachey, the tight end, your leading pass catcher, you're just not getting quite enough done out on the perimeter.
They are without Addison Ostrenga, the second tight end. As Johnson bangs off a couple bodies, Carson Bruner, the leading tackler, made the stop. Third down for Iowa. Not a whole lot back in this Washington defense, but Steve Belichick has them playing great football.
He does. He loves to outnumber the box. Tunaufi is just a weapon, especially on third downs. They love to move him around. Lots of experience at the second level. 2 fifth-year players that have played a lot of ball. Actually, Tupatala, a 6-year player. And on the back end, a bunch of new pieces. Fabike Lannon loves this scheme and told us as much this week.
The freedom of this scheme that Belichick, Bill's son, has instituted, we heard a lot about from players this week. McNamara to throw, third down, incomplete for Vanderzee. And the coverage from Thaddeus Dixon. It's punt time for Iowa.
One of the things, and you know with Belichick, it's what he's always loved to do, both dad Bill, son Steve, man-to-man coverage. Right, we're just going to line up. We're going to play man-to-man. We're going to load that box, and you got to beat us. You got to out-execute us through the air, and that time Dixon all over the little hitch route to knock it away.
Torrey Taylor is gone. The Bears did make a hype video for him this week. He still has a legacy here, but Reese Dakin from the same hometown, Melbourne, Australia, as Torrey Taylor will boot it away. And that's a missile to the 10-yard line. They've got another punter here in black and gold. It's 55 yards of thunder from Dakin, and now the Washington offense. Will Rogers III, incredibly accurate so far in his first season transferring from Mississippi State.
5th best completion percentage in all of college football. He's limited in mistakes. That has also been a tremendous strength, and he and Jed are going to have to work together. Coach Fish telling us really clearly, we got a neat relationship. It's only been about 6-7 months, but we trust one another. We've talked a lot about patience this week. When you're facing this opponent, you've got to be patient, and you got to hit your shots when you get them.
And when do you take the shots is part of that equation, as Cameron Davis is in the backfield on a first down screen, and it's Davis against an Iowa defense that has just not seen very many screens this year, just 10 all year, fewest in the FBS, and Washington hits for 18.
Just a terrific job by these two. Landon Hatchett making the start at left guard, Titi Ali'i, the center right there. Watch them block, 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 and then get out, get off YA Black, and then there is nobody there at the second level. Screens are so often about the precision of timing, and that was excellent.
What do you think about screens against this Iowa defense?
Hard to do, and as you said, I think the unknown there, not showing that much, helped.
Coleman toss it back. Rogers will launch down the field inside the 35. Rashid Williams, and Iowa got back there. It's incomplete. Deshaun Lee on the coverage.
And that ball hung for just a second. Lee is a tad early here. You can see he bumps. And typically when you bump early like that and you impede the receiver, the penalty flag is going to come down. That wasn't even quite bang, bang. He is into that hip. A little surprise, and Rogers disappointed. That's one of those shots. You said win? How about play 2 with a little flea flicker? And that ball just hung up in the Midwest air enough for the incompletion.
I wonder, and now we're going to see 2 quarterbacks in this game for Washington. Damon Williams on the run this time. We might see a second quarterback for Iowa as well. And it's 3rd down coming up. But this is a package that they've used at points this year with Williams, the freshman, coming in, and Rogers will be back.
Dynamic guy. One of the fastest Huskies on the team. Mahi, the transfer from Ohio State. Basically all new faces, and most of them after the summertime. But they have coalesced well under the leadership of Brennan Carroll. And Denzel Boston's 2nd best touchdown reception maker in college football. You know what's funny? I saw Jed on the field before the game. I said, first play, flea flicker. And I should have known then. Not first play, but second play, and they nearly got it.
He said, I can't do it the way Brock said it, but, you know, we'll install it for you. This crowd is loud. 3rd down. Rogers does get it away. It's Latu, and he has the first down. Tackled by Kyler Fisher. It's a gain of 9.
And he is one big target and has just continued to grow in some continuity here with Will Rogers. 7 receptions a week ago. Nice job there by Will. He double clutches on that little mesh concept. Everybody's running those lateral routes. You got to wait for your target to open up. And 85 at 6'7", 245. The transfer from Nevada, one-time Cal Golden Bear, becoming a reliable target for Will Rogers.
Allison Williams reporting that the starting left tackle Maximus McCree left the game, so they're without their current starting left tackle. Double screen look. They'll go to the far side and get to the 44-yard line with Giles Jackson. Jay Higgins, their leading tackler forever, it seems, makes the stop there. This Iowa defense, Graves great in the middle, but this is as team of a team concept as you'll see.
Yeah, 5th year, 6th year, they all know it. They all know the angles. They're led. The guy, the straw in the middle, stirs the whole drink is Jay Higgins. What a blast to talk to that mature man yesterday. And Jamar Harris, the best cover corner by quite a ways in the back end of that defense.
This is a run. They'll go inside with Jonah Coleman. Herkett with the stop. 3rd down again. And so imperative for Washington to give the defense a little bit of a breather with the way Iowa leans on you late in games.
It is, and so imperative to give that defense on the other side for Jed Fish, who's faced them a few times in this building. Different looks. Here's a screen. Here's a flea flicker. Here's inside. Here's outside. You've got to keep that group moving. And most importantly, stay ahead of the chains. A very manageable 3rd and 4.
7th play of the drive. They'll send Coleman to the top of the formation. Rodgers, short set, accurate again, into plus territory with Boston. He just waited and waited for his time in college football behind those talented receivers last year.
He did, and this is his strength. He runs a slant route as well as anybody. 6'4", 210 pounds out of Puyallup, Washington, Emerald Ridge High School.
Most famous guy out of
Billy
Puyallup?
Joe Holbert, the national champion, probably the most famous, but Denzel has just, he learned a little something. He didn't pout last year watching Rome Odunze and those guys get so much of the work. He knew his production would come, and it has been off the charts, as you see right there.
First down play action. Rodgers feeling the pressure, sidestepping it, throwing, and he's got yet another completion. He's got Davis, Nick Jackson, their second leading tackler with the stop. Second down coming up, but Rodgers, nifty footwork there.
Yeah, and those locals, I think you hear them, they want a little hold. They saw a couple Hawkeyes on the ground. I'll say this, they're letting them play a little bit. That's one of the steps in the move to the Big Ten. Not a lot of finesse, man. Penalties, sometimes got to see blood.
Another short set and another completion. Latu off the spin. He's inside the 30. 7 catches last week, 2 already.
Well, I told you, just an NFL style. This is why stick.